What's up, fam? In this video, I'm going to carry on from the last video and add on to some solid points. So, we're going to speak entirely about the narcissist fantasy world, because this is a world that you do not want to get yourself in. This is a world that you can get killed in if you stay in here long enough. And the longer you stay in a narcissist fantasy world, the more it hurts. Now, what is the narcissist fantasy world? I can explain it in so many different ways, but I've been in it myself long enough to know that it is really a place of hell. You are in hell if you were in this world, because you are trapped. You are under the control of this person, of this covert narcissist. Your life is not yours. You're not going to be able to stop thinking about this person. And what narcissist wants is they want as much control as they can possibly have over you. They want to control your life. They want to control your thoughts. They want to feed you false hope and sell you dreams. This is what they do. If they were really meant to be in your life, they would be in your life 100% of the time in a healthy manner. Nobody else would be in the picture. No other guy, no other girl, whether you're a guy or a girl, would be in the picture. Things would not be negative all the time. You wouldn't be getting gaslighted, manipulated, and all these other things. They wouldn't be so quick to start talking about marriage and kids and all this ridiculous shit so fast into the relationship. That's a huge red flag, guys, that you should never ignore. Never, ever, ever ignore this. Because this is what a lot of covert female narcs do. You could be talking to this girl for days, a week, a couple of weeks, a month tops. This girl is talking about marriage. This girl is talking about having kids with you and family and all this bullshit, right? If she was really about that life, and she was really serious about these things that she's saying, or if you're a girl and he's saying these things to you, they wouldn't be bringing them up. You guys would be spending quality time together, developing as a couple, and these things would naturally happen over time. They would not be talked about. And I mean, they could be talked about, but it wouldn't be coming that fast. It'd be coming with an extended period of time in the relationship that you guys have. They're not going to come out of the gates and start spitting all these things about marriage and kids and this and that and that and this, right? They use this to get in your head. They use this as a manipulation tactic. They use this as control. They want you to think this way. They want to sell you this dream to get you thinking that they're the one. They want to drill it into your head that they are the one. And when they do this, and when they get you trapped in that fantasy world, they want to get you trapped in there very, very good. They want to convince you that they are yours. They want to convince you of this. And they know themselves when they have you convinced. They know themselves when they have you fully convinced. And it's a very dangerous thing. It's a very dangerous thing for you and your life and your well-being, because they start to torture you when they know these things. They use it against you. They use your vulnerability against you. They will use everything against you at this point. And you are their slave. You are their puppet. You are their joke. And they know even if you were to leave right now, you're still going to go through a hell of a lot of pain, because they know damn well that you're hooked to them and you're attached. And they just think it's funny. And it's sick. It's psychopathic. But this is what they do. This is the game they play. It's unfortunate. It is what it is. if you have any brain cells left in your head in today's day and age, and you get this information in today's day and age, and you've been through experiences already in today's day and age, there's no reason why you should ever get tricked by this type of bullshit ever again. And it's good to surround your mind with positivity, with channels like this, with other channels that are speaking and preaching about this stuff, because it's important to get reminded often that you're not the crazy one. It's important to be reminded that you are not missing out on anything, because somebody else in this world right now is getting abused by these people. Millions and millions and millions. It's happening to right now. So we got to consider ourselves the lucky ones. I feel extremely blessed to have already gone through all this pain. You don't feel blessed in the moment, but afterwards you do feel blessed, and I truly do feel blessed, because all these situations that has happened to me, all this knowledge, all this understanding, I feel just good about everything. I feel good about it all. I feel good to share my experiences and this information. Like, it's important to do so. It's important for you guys to even let the people you care about in your life know about this shit too, because anybody is susceptible of getting fooled at any time. Anybody can get fooled. And in my opinion, these narcs are only going to get smarter over time. I think they can only run so many games. They're gonna start to see how wise people are, and they're gonna take their mind games to a whole other level. They're gonna see what they have to do to defeat somebody, and they're gonna do it, in my opinion. And I'd hate to see what it comes down to. But right now, in my opinion, from what I still see in today's society and day and age, a lot of people are still very clueless to this information. And it's not good for those people. It's not good for the youngings right now. It's not good. This society is very sick. People are very sick. It's nothing like it was whenever I grew up, whenever I was a young kid. I feel like a lot of this stuff hardly existed. Although it did, it just didn't seem that way. Whenever I was young and whenever I was growing up, I felt fully 100% like myself. I felt like people around me were themselves. And everything was good. Nothing like this was happening. It's when you get older, is when things start to get bad. When you start to get in the age where you're going to start dating, when you're going to start having sex, when you start to get around these ages is when things really start happening, and manipulation games and tactics are starting to be used. And before this, basically everything is good, right? How are you really going to get tricked that bad, like, when you're really young? I mean, you could. Some really young girl could trick you, but like, she can't really use sex or nothing like that against you to make it even worse, to get you even more attached, because you're young and you're not doing that, right? So I think it gets worse as you get older. And I do preach a lot about the young people, how it's really bad and how female nature is really bad at a young age, but I know for a fact there's some serious shit also going on. People that are in their 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, stuff like this too. All this exists. And the people that are playing these games, and the covert narcs that are playing these games, and even all the narcs in general, and the sociopaths, and people with borderline personality disorder, when they're playing these games at a young age, they're still gonna develop into an adult body, and they're still going to have that same mind and mindset, and they're going to continue to run their games on people pretty much until the day they die. And they will use people maybe for 5, 10, 15, 20 years, and it was all nothing to them. It was all nothing. They didn't care about this person the entire time. They're just going to use this person for as long as they want, and if they get bored, if something's missing, if they're not being entertained, if they think they can get something better, they'll have no issue leaving your ass behind and going somewhere else to pick up on new supply if they think that's the answer. And they really believe too, if they do leave you, that they could hoover you and come back whenever they want to because they think you're that attached. But the truth is, if you're smart enough, you're not going to fall for that bullshit, right? So, before I close this video, I just want to say one more time, do not be fooled by the narcissist fantasy world. It is a world of disaster. It is a world you do not want to get yourself in. You have to stay in your own lane, in your own zone, and you can't let anybody take you out of it. You cannot let friends take you out of your zone. You cannot let family members take you out of your zone. You cannot let a spouse, a girlfriend, a boyfriend take you out of your zone. You have to stay in your zone as a person and not let anybody change you or change the way you do things. Because the right people that are supposed to be in your life are going to encourage you in your own zone. You guys get this, right? The wrong people are going to manipulate you out of your lane. This is your lane. The wrong people are going to manipulate you out of your lane to do things you shouldn't be doing so it benefits them. Because if you're in their lane, it might not be benefiting them as much as they could be getting from you, right? Don't let nobody take you out of your zone. You stay in your zone. You're still going to be helping people just by being who you're being. But people expect and want too much out of you. And those are the wrong people. Those are bloodsuckers. They're doing this to everybody else. And they think it's right to do this to everybody else when it's not right. Because what the hell are they doing for us, right? Nothing. So why should we do anything for them? Why should we go out of our way for them if they're not willing to do the same thing for us? That's something you have to live by. Because if you do have the right people in your life, you can come out of your lane every now and then. You can. But is this person willing to go out of their lane for you? If so, it is okay for you to come out of your lane to help them. But if you're going out of your lane to help the wrong people, you're going to get hurt in this process. You're going to get hurt in this process because you're going to see that they just used you. You're going to see this. The time will come, the truth will be revealed, and you're going to see these situations for what they really are. You want to make sure the right people are in your life before you start stepping out of your lane to go out of your way for anybody, for anything, right? It's just how we have to be in today's society. It is a little bit selfish, but we have to be. Because we're not going to let ourselves get hurt from the stupidity of other people. Plain and simple. We are living in a very self-absorbed, selfish world to begin with. We're not going to be these nice people to just everybody and anybody and get ran over. It's not happening. It's not happening. I don't encourage that. I don't see that. If everybody in this world was nice, caring, and everything else, none of this shit would be a problem. Because these people would have our backs. These people wouldn't be trashing us behind our backs, just using us whenever they can. And they'd be reciprocating. They'd be doing the same things back for us. But it's not like this, guys. That's why we can't do this. We have to protect ourselves and our own energy. We can serve the people in our lives who serve us also. And yes, we can do something without getting something in return. We absolutely can. But you just have to, you got to make sure who you're dealing with, bro. That's all it is. You got to make sure who you're dealing with, because I know personally, I'm preaching about this now because I know personally the pain that I felt in my life for doing so much for people that threw so much shade on me and my name after I just got done doing the shit that I did for them and they did this to me. That changed my perspective. That's something else that changed me as a person. And it wasn't just one person. It's not like it was just one person that did this, because it was multiple people, right? Not just one. You really start to see true colors. You start to think to yourself, all right, okay, I see how it is. Okay, gotcha. I'll remember this. And then you carry on. So, and that's another part about growing as a person, developing, staying true to yourself, true to your words. Shouldn't be going out of your way for untrustworthy, uncaring, unloyal people, because they don't deserve it. They don't deserve shit. They have a lot to catch up on themselves. They have a lot to give before they get anything. And that's just the way it is. Right? So, I'm going to close this video here. Remember, don't get caught in no fantasy world. Stay in your lane. Make sure you stay in that lane at all times. And let the close people and let the trustworthy people that is in your life enjoy the ride. Because you have a lot to give. But you have nothing to give to untrustworthy, uncaring, unloyal people. I'm out.